Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are implementing a stack using array in Java. So let's begin. For implementation purpose, we are using an IDE, IntelliJ IDEA. So now in this we are going to create a new project. I am using Java 17 JDK. So I am not selecting any additional libraries. Going ahead with that, clicking on the next. I am not creating my project from any template, so clicking on the next again. Now we want to put a project name. So what we are doing, we are implementing a stack using array. So this is our project name and this is our location where my project is going to save in the C user del idea projects stack using array. Now finish. So this is our project ID window. On the left hand side you can see the project explorer. So in this project explorer, what we are going to do, we are create all the uh, Java files in this src package. Okay, in this src package we are going to first create some packages, more packages. So what I am going to create, I am creating a package named di-webhub. In this di-webhub I am going to create two more packages, sub packages. So in di-webhub I am creating implementation. In this implementation package I am going to create the implementation of stack. Okay, one more package I need in this, which is a sub package of di-webhub. So I am going to use main. This main package will contain the main class of my particular project. Okay, so now what we are going to do, in the implementation package I am going to create a Java class. I am naming this Java class as my stack. In this class I am going to define all the functionality of my stack. So now we all know that stack is a special kind of data structure which supports insertion and deletion at one end, which is known as top of stack. Okay, so what we are going to define in this particular my stack class is the maximum capacity. Okay, max capacity. We are going to provide top, which is a index. Okay, on which index the insertion and deletion will take place. We are going to define some methods like push, pop, then peek. We are going to define isEmpty method. Okay, and one more method we are going to define is size. This size method will show the total number of element present in our stack at any given time. The max capacity will define the maximum element that can be present in our stack. Okay, apart from this, what we are going to do, we are going to define an constructor. Okay, we are going to create an array which is our stack. Okay, so now let's begin with creating some of these functionality. Okay, so what I am going to create, private final int, that the what I am creating the max capacity. Okay, why it's a final? Because I do not want to change the max capacity. Okay, now you can see this error. Either I have to initialize this max capacity or I want to add a parameter to the constructor. So I am going to initialize this max capacity in the constructor. Now we have the max capacity. Now what we are going to do, we are going to define the array for our stack. So we are creating a private integer array. Our stack will going to store integer values only. So private int array. Okay. Now what we are going to define the index for top, that is private int top. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create a constructor for this particular class. So let's create a public constructor. Public, you know, the constructor does not have a return type. So what we'll do, we will create public my stack, and this particular constructor will receive one argument, that is the max capacity. Okay, that is the max capacity. So from the user we are going to accept the maximum number of element that can be stored in our stack. So now what we'll do, first we'll initialize this dot max capacity by the argument, that is max capacity. Okay, by the parameter we are initializing this max capacity value. Now what we are going to do, we are going to initialize the array. Okay, arr equals to new int, and what is the size? Size can be the max capacity. Now we can use this particular parameter, or we can use this field. That is your choice, because both the fields contain the same thing. So what I am going to do, this dot max capacity, I am going to refer my class field, and what we are going to do, we are going to initialize the top with an index -1. Why -1? When we just created our stack, then there's no element in our stack. So the top is pointing to the negative index, which is an invalid index. Okay. So now our constructor is completed. What we are going to do now, we are going to create all these methods: push, pop, peek, is empty, and size. So what we'll do, first we will create the public method is empty. This is empty method is going to return boolean value. Okay. So we are creating the is empty method. What this method is going to suggest? Whether our stack is empty or not. That means whether there is a single element in our stack or not. So how we are going to know this, whether our stack contain any element or not? If the top is equal to -1, then our stack is empty. So what we'll do, we will return true in this case. Otherwise what we'll do, we will return false. Okay. So now our this is empty method is going to return either true or false based on the condition, what is the value of top. Okay. Now what we are going to do, the second method which we are going to define is the size. Okay. So public int size. What this method is going to do, this method will tell the total number of element present in our stack. Now if there's one element in our stack, then our size will be 1. And now how we are going to calculate that? So what we are going to calculate, we are returning the value top plus 1. Okay. So now see, when there's only a single element in our stack, or there's no element in our stack, the value of top is -1. -1 plus 1, 0. So how many elements there are in our stack? 0. Okay. So the size is going to return the total number of elements present in our stack. Now coming to the other method, the very first method, push. What push signifies? Push is equivalent to the insert. Okay. So now we'll call the insert operation on a stack as a push operation. So what this operation is going to do? This operation is going to insert a new element in the stack. Okay, but what happens if there's already the elements which are equivalent to the max capacity? If the size is equivalent to the max capacity, then what will do? Then what will do? We cannot push any more element into the stack. So let's see, first we'll create the method public. Now what will be the return type of this method? I am keeping it void. Either you can keep it as boolean or you can keep it as integer. Like for the convenience, I am keeping the return type of push method as void. Okay, so push. Now what you are going to push? Our stack can only contain integer, so what we are going to push? We are going to push integer elements. Okay, so now if there is a space in our stack, we are going to push a new element. If there's no space in our stack, what we are going to do? We are not going to push any element. So let's see how to check that. If size of the stack is not equals to max capacity, okay, not equals to max capacity. If the size of a stack is not equals to max capacity, so when will be the size of a stack is going to be equal to the max capacity? When there are element equivalent to the max capacity. If max capacity is 10 and the size, the total number of element present in the stack is 10, what we are going to do? We are not going to insert any more element. Okay, so what we are doing, whenever the size is not equal to max capacity, what we are going to do? We are going to insert the element. Okay, now top is negative, okay, is n -1. So what we'll do in the beginning? Top plus plus. Okay, and now what we are going to do? On the top we are going to insert this particular new element. Okay, if this is not the condition, if there's no space in the stack, what happens? A special condition will happen. So what we'll do? We will put an output statement, that is stack overflow. Okay, when the stack is full and you try to put more element in the array, in the stack, then the stack will overflow. Okay, so now our push method is completed. Now what we are going to do? We are going to create the next method, that is pop. What is a pop method? That is the deletion, that is the removal of element from the stack. So there must be the return type of the pop operation is the type of element the stack is going to store. In our case, the stack is storing integer element. Okay, so we are going to pop. Now the pop will not contain any argument. Okay, like in push, there's one argument, the element which is going to inserted into the stack. In pop we are not going to have any argument. What we are going to do? We are going to return a value. So we'll say int response equals to 0. Now when we can delete an element from the stack. If there's some element in the stack, then we are going to delete it. If there's no element in the stack, that means if our stack is empty, then we are not going to perform this pop operation. So what we'll do? If not is empty, if our stack is not empty, then what we'll do? We'll do response equals to ARR top. Whatever the element at the top should be stored in the response, and what we'll do? Top minus minus. Okay, if our stack is empty and we try to pop out an element, what happens? Again a special condition will occur, that is the stack underflow. So we will print stack underflow. Now when this stack underflow will happen, what value we are going to return? So we are going to return 0. Okay, so now what we are saying, return response. Okay, how I can identify whether 0 is a valid value or invalid value? With this implementation, when we are returning an integer value, we are considering 0 as an invalid value. Okay, okay, considering 0 as invalid value. Okay, or what we can do, we can use a wrapper class over here. Okay, so we can return null. So I will keep that discussion for the generics implementation. When I am going to perform the generic implementation, I am will let you know. Okay, so in this pop method, what we have done, we have created a local variable, that is response, initializes with 0, considering 0 as an invalid value. Checking if our stack is not empty, then we are going to pop the element and decrease the size of top. Okay, the index, we are going to decrease the top index, and then if the our stack is empty and we try to pop out an element, then stack underflow will happen. Okay, we are returning the response. Now what we are going to do, we are going to define one more public method, public int peak. What this method will do, this method will return the element which is present at the top of the stack. So for this, what we are going to do, we are going to create again a response variable, initializing it with 0, considering 0 as an invalid. If our stack is not empty, okay, if our stack is not empty, then what we are going to do, response equals to array top, storing the value of top or in the response. Now we are not decrementing the top. Why? Because peak will only return the value which is present at the top, will not decrement the, will not change the top. Okay, now in the else part, what we are going to do, if our stack is empty, we will print a message, stack is empty. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to return the response. So now in this way we have created 5 methods in our stack implementation. Which methods we have created? Is empty, size, push, pop and peak. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to check our implementation by creating a main class in the main package. So in the main package, I am creating a Java class, naming it as my main. In this main class, we are going to have a main method, public static void main. Now what we are going to do, we are going to get the max capacity. Okay, so we are going to have the max capacity. So now I am saying 5 is my max capacity. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create an stack. So for that, we are going to declare stack, my stack equals to, we are calling the constructor of that my stack class, and this constructor needs one argument, that is the max capacity. So we will pass the max capacity. Now our stack is created. Okay, our stack is created. Let's first print the size of a stack. Whenever a stack is created, what will be the size? Size will reflect the total number of elements present in that particular stack. So let's see, s out, what we are going to print, size. From where we will get the size? From the stack dot size we are going to get the size. Okay, now after getting the size, what we are going to do, we are going to insert an element into the stack. So I am inserting an element by calling the function push. We are pushing an element, so push. This particular method required 1 arguments, I am pushing 10, I am pushing 10. Okay. Now when one element is there, the size will be different. Okay. So what we are going to do, we are going to again push one more element, that is 50, I'll say. Okay. Now which element is at the top, which element is currently at the top? So I want to see that, so I will use the peek method, I will use the peek method. Okay. Int element at top. How I am going to get that? Stack dot peek. Okay. So now to get the element which is present at the top, which method we are going to use? Peek method. So this element at top is going to contain the value 50, because 50 is at the top of a stack. Let's print this element at top. Which element? From where we are going to get the value? Element at top. Okay. Now what we'll do, after inserting two element, I want to again check the size. So I am again checking the size. So now the size of stack will be 2. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to pop out one element. Okay. So what we'll do, pop out element. Okay. Now I want to remove one element from the stack. Which element is going to be removed? The element which is present at the top. So how to remove? Stack dot pop. In this way I am going to remove the element. Let's print which element is deleted. Element deleted from stack equals to which element is deleted? The popped out element is deleted from the stack. Now what will be the size of stack? Let's see the size of stack. The size of stack will be 1 in this case, after deleting one element. So now our code is ready. We are going to execute this particular class and try to see whether our implementation is correct or not. Okay. So what I am running this particular method. Now in the output you are going to see different thing. Okay. First the execution is correct. See, at the beginning the size is 0. Element at the top is 50. We have performed two push operation. The size is 2. Element deleted from the stack is 50. The 50 is at the top, so that's why the 50 is deleted. After deleting one element, what is the size? What is the size? 1. Now again what we are going to do? Again what we are going to do? We are going to push some more element. We are going to push some more element. Stack dot push. How many element our stack can have? Maximum 5. So what I am doing? I am inserting some more element, say 100. Stack dot push. Okay. Those who are writing this code by seeing it on this particular video, do not write this element. Okay. When you are calling this particular function, do not write this element. Is it auto generated? This is the name of argument which we have created in this method. See, element. So you do not have to type that manually. Okay, that is coming automatically in the IntelliJ. So the next element I am adding is say 700. Okay, see the element I didn't type it, it's automatically came. Okay. Now one more, stack dot push. One more element I want, I add 1000. How many elements are there? 5. Now when I try to insert one more element, what will happen? So when I try to add one more element, what will happen? The stack will overflow. The stack will overflow. Let's see, 1200 I want to add. Okay, for this particular element, the stack will be overflowed and the top of stack will become 1000. When we are printing this top, 1000 is going to print and the size is going to print 5. Let's see, let's execute this particular code. See, size is 0. For the one operation we will got stack overflow. The element at the top is 1000, the size is 5, the element deleted from the stack is the element that is presented at the top, which is 1000. Now the size is 4. One more thing we will want to check, if I am deleting multiple elements, what happens? Okay, so see, S out, what I am going to do, delete or pop. Which element I am going to delete or pop? Whichever element present at the top of stack, dot pop I am going to delete. Okay, so this I am going to delete how many times? 5 times. Okay, one element I have already deleted. See, one element I have already deleted. Second, so what I am going to do? Third, fourth, fifth. When I want to delete the sixth element, what will happen? The stack will underflow. Okay, let's see, let's execute this. See, 1000, 700, 100, 50, 10, all the elements are deleted from the stack. Then once again, when we'll run that particular delete or pop, stack is underflow, or delete or pop message has given us 0. Okay, which is the invalid value. Okay, so guys, that's all for stack using an array. Okay, so if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, and thank you for today, bringing some more video. Keep watching. Thank you. If you like the video, please subscribe, like and share this video with your friends. And for training, kindly contact me at divaibhav.training@gmail.com. Thank you.